Right. So I think we're done with the section on the school application. So we're moving straight to the visa application process, which I think every country have their own unique processes. So I think I'll still start with Bumi to share with us his experience. I mean, how did you apply? Did you apply by yourself? Did you use an agency? Or I mean, how? Just tell us.
First of all, I have a problem with applications. That's why I don't even apply for scholarship. The processes are always very long. But then I was fortunate to have a friend. His name is Biodun, and he's in Regina. Yeah, he's been in Regina. He's a citizen now, and he really helped all through. I would say even not for him, I won't even come. He has a knack for being meticulous. He would sit down, help you with the process, and he just feeds me back. And this is what is going on, done all this. So to be very honest, I had a seamless exercise as far applying for my visa because he was here. He knew about the process. He's done it for a couple of persons, and he takes a pride in telling you there is no visa application that I do that gets rejected just because he's quite meticulous and tell you this is what they want. We have to stick to the rules, and probably he gets it done. Okay. So I followed him through the process. He understands the process, and it's very erroneous, though it works sometimes, to want to do your visa. It might sound really brash, right? To want to do your visa application yourself. It works, but the problem is it will not hurt if you have someone that knows about the process walk you through. I've had friends that have been rejected for very seemingly small reasons, seemingly very minute things they could have given, but the information is key here. Information is everything. Literally, you can't do anything isolatedly. You can't do things on your own. So I had a guide and helped, and I think people can benefit from that.
Okay, so he's not an agent, like just a friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agents, I feel I would have used an agent, but agents are detached. So if you have a friend that knows about the process, you could use a friend. Agents are detached. They're not emotional. Right. They relate to you on a professional level, so they just do what they have to do. And if you get accepted or you don't get accepted, I had people that are here, besides my friend. I have a couple of other friends that were really involved in the process with me. Like, oh, we don't do this. Sometimes we do calls, like joint calls, and people bring their ideas and all that. Right. And it went really good.
It went really good, sure. I'll come back to you with your documents you uploaded and all that. But let me go to Hannah. Hannah, how about you? Did you do it, like your application yourself?
I didn't do it myself.
Okay.
But I was involved
in the process.
Right. He wasn't an agent.
Are you trying to say I was involved 100% in my own process? Are you trying to?
No, you weren't, because you said your friend did everything for you. He was just giving you feedback.
No, but I was with him too. Why are you trying to infer?
No, I did not infer. I was just saying that I was 100%.
Okay, guys, I correct myself. I was the only 100% involved in my process.
Involved in my process, right? A friend helped me do it because he's done it a million times. He's not an agent, but he's just a friend who knows the processes, right? So, but I wrote the study plan myself. I the document that I needed to do my police criminal checks, my proof of funds, medicals, and everything. I did everything myself.
Right.
But my friend knew the document I needed to add. Okay. You're supposed to add a letter to show that you work, like something substantial.
Right. Ties to your country.
Exactly. So he told me, if I was doing everything on my own, I would have added certain things that he told me to add.
Yeah.
So I think what he said, like, information is key. You need to know somebody who knows what he's doing.
Yes.
You need to know somebody who is abreast with the things you need to add to your application to make it concrete. Because in Canadian visa process, there's no interview process for you to explain yourself.
Yeah, there's no face-to-face
There's nothing like that. So your documents
that will speak for you.
Exactly. So you need to be thorough. You need to know what exactly to add. People add pictures of their houses, pictures of their cars to it just to show.
To add to what you just said, sorry, because you should. Documents are never enough. I had everything. I don't do.
Someone like Bumi, I knew you added like a picture of your house.
No, right? I had everything.
because you can never have
everything. With his cars, with everything.
Documents are never enough. I didn't have pictures. But then documents are never enough, guys. Like add everything.
You need to be thorough.
They would go through it. Like be very thorough. Like everything that ties you to. I have a civic organization in Nigeria, the Policy Roundtable, and what we do, what we've done, our parleys with government, our agencies and all that. I put it there.
Right.
Like, so you know that I'm not just coming to the country. I've done things in my own country that I have to return to, something like that. Yeah.
Right.
So nothing is too really the website. I even added the website of the organization, our book and all that because we've had books that we've written, policy documents, was all there.
It was all there.
So knock yourself out.
Right.
Go with it.
But guys, please remember we are not immigration experts. We are just sharing our personal experiences with you. So you can also learn and you can also make your own decision when you decide to also study in a school in Canada. We're not immigration experts. So Hannah, can you please walk us through some of the documents you uploaded for your visa application?
Okay, so proof of funds. So I needed. You can sponsor yourself, or you can add a sponsor as a proof of funds. So for me, my uncle sponsored me.
Okay.
So he provided bank statements and.
How many months did you guys? I'm sorry, I'm just adding to.
Oh yeah.
I think it was like 2 months. 3
Oh,
months.
really?
But I said on the website.
Oh, 6 months bank statements.
Yeah.
Oh, on the website it's 4 months.
4 months, yeah.
I think we just did 6. And we did so many things. Nigerians call oversabi. Oversabi is if you ask for 2 things, you add 4. I add 4. just because we know that you never go wrong. And I have friends that even told me 7 months.
Oh.
Like just to prove
that
okay, they're not lying. They can fund their education. This is an account that has been in use and all that. And we even I'm so sorry you answer your question, but we still went to do this thing in Nigeria, or that I did that I didn't submit my proof of funds. Right? My bank.
Oh.
My bank sent an encrypted document
to IRCC
with my number, with my whatever, and I put the code of the encrypted document in my personal statement. You still have.
I didn't know about this.
So I think that for Nigeria was quite important because at that point people maybe I don't know, there were some reservations the RCC had.
Okay.
So to clear those reservations,
you just do that and you're safe. Okay.
But then people don't do it and they get that. It's good as long as we should understand that the RCC has some internal mechanisms to get to know all of these things. So just to make them know that this is clean and as right as it can be, and I can't be there to defend myself. These are the documents that Anna has said that will defend me. So that was why I did that.
Oh, okay, cool. So it was optional. You just decided to go through that route.
I think that.
Okay, so Hannah, how about you? Your documents you uploaded.
So as I was saying, my uncle was my sponsor, but I also added my own personal savings as part of the proof of funds to show that even though my uncle is sponsoring my education, I'm also adding my savings.
Hannah is a millionaire in Ghana, right?
Oh yeah. Anna is a big girl.
So I added my savings in the form of, I think it was a fixed deposit from my bank.
Okay.
So I added that to my uncle's bank. Okay. That was set for the proof of funds. So in the study plan, I stated that my uncle is supporting with this amount, with mine in addition to that.
Okay.
So I added that in explaining how I'm going to fund my tuition and my living expenses in Canada. So study plan, proof of funds, police report. So I went to police headquarters. I think it was around. I think it was
I forgot to know the name of the place.
To see somebody who, I think it took 2 days to get this criminal record. And then I added a letter from my organization showing that I work there as a permanent staff in this position, and that ties me to my country. I added my my pay slips, like 3 months pay slips, to the application to show that I'm an active member of the organization. And then I think I didn't even add my CV. So yeah, those things. I wanted to add some other things, but I found that it wasn't necessary. So those are the major things that I added to my visa application.
Right. If I may ask, how long do you think it took for you to prepare? Like, So after getting admission from University of Regina, I mean, you got your unconditional offer. And now the next step is for you to apply for your visa. And I mean, one thing we all need to know is when you get the school, it doesn't mean that automatically you're getting the visa because they're all independent.
I think the school even tells.
Right. Yeah. So you have to do them separately. So you have to deal with a school. When you're done, then you go to your visa application, and you can only start your student permit visa application only when you have unconditional offer from the school. Yeah, that's when you can start. So approximately how long do you think it took for you to prepare? I mean, gathering your documents, your bank statement, if you have land that you are supporting it with, I mean, your land documents, if anything. I mean, how long did it take you? For me, I would say I feel I was in a rush to apply for my first visa, which ended up being rejected. And I personally applied 3 times because I was refused my first my I was refused once. I was refused the second time. Before the third attempt I got mine. So I think my advice to people who actually want to apply is be prepared. If you're not prepared, don't start the application because you go like
yourself the first attempt.
I mean, all my 3 applications I did it myself.
So you learned on the job.
I would say I learned on the job, but then again, for me, I just didn't do it. Like I spoke to people. People were already in the school. People already done it because I mean, I went to IRCC website to get the required document, and of course, that's the best place you need to go to get the right document. Any other document maybe will be on people's personal, I mean, experiences. Yeah, so I would say you need to really be prepared if you don't really have much support, or I mean, you are working and you can't juggle around. I mean, gathering your document, but prepared before you apply. So I only got my visa after my third attempt. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm actually asking you, how long did it take you to get your document? Because I feel my third application, I took my time. I learned from my mistakes,
That's why
and yeah, I learned from it, and I mean, it was good. And I think for this, my third application, I did it all by myself. When I mean all by myself, it means my own bank statement, my pay slips, I mean, whatever. That's all I needed. Nothing from an external person. So I think it's case by case. Some people will use their parents or their uncles, and it works for them. Some people, I use it and it didn't work for me. So yeah. Right. So Bumi, can you please tell us the document you uploaded for your visa application?
Right. What I would always say, right, is the fact that, or is that there is no you cannot outgive documents. More like the more the better. You know, if they're asking for 5, I give. If they asked for 4, I give 10. You know, letters from my bosses, my ties to Nigeria, my organization's website, because I have a civic organization in Nigeria, the Policy Roundtable website, our board, you know, and the board of the organization comprises of very senior citizens in Nigeria, very international public policy persons in government, and the rest of it. So they would see that on the organization's website, our policy digest, and the rest of it. And then property ties, you know, where I work, where I have worked. Those are ties to Nigeria. I think people have the erroneous notion that the only thing that ties you to your country or your home state is just properties, you know. And I think this is from me now, that one of the things they also look at is your career ties. You know, there are persons that if they give you their career ties from their own country, you know they cannot leave, or they cannot run away, that kind of thing. So your career ties, your property ties, family, and the rest of this. So I gave all those ones. That's in one document, and that alone is about 12 documents, or 13 or 15. You know, then the proof of funds. Of course, I overdid with that. Then it's not money.
It's your money. You're a lawyer in Nigeria, so you have a lot of
Lawyers in
money.
Nigeria,
Is a big man.
lawyers in
I
Nigeria
know,
don't
right?
make a lot of money. They don't make a lot of money.
They do.
And I don't want to give you the sword to eat me with now. But the truth is, lawyers in Nigeria do not. So right, for me, you cannot outgive documents. That's what I'm trying to say. Just, you know, like I said, I prioritized my ties as a lawyer in Nigeria. And one thing that I know is, once you're a lawyer, you are deemed to know the laws. You would not want to wrong or be on the wrong side of the law. So my cultural bar certificates, my legal
But I'm
strategy.
coming. Why, before, not to catch you, but why didn't you continue your law here in Canada?
I wasn't even practicing law in Nigeria.
Oh.
I knew right from the time I wanted to be a lawyer that I wasn't made for the courtroom, right? My younger brother, he is will be in law school soon, so he'll do that for the family. I wasn't gonna do that, I knew I wasn't meant for the courtroom.
Yeah.
So public policy, governance reform, legislative reform, and all that are my areas, and I want to believe that I did that awesomely in Nigeria. I feel fulfilled for what I've been able to modestly do so far in Nigeria. Working in the legislature and the modest things we've done with the policy roundtable. So that's my niche, not wearing wigs and gowns. So I submitted everything as regards my career, my properties, then the proof of funds, then medicals, which is and surprisingly, right? If I submitted my application today, and in 24 hours I was told to go do my medical.
Oh wow!
I was surprised.
But on a normal day, like how long does it take if you apply in Nigeria?
It varies from person to person.
Okay.
Now the shocking part is I was told to do my medicals in 24 to 48 hours, and I did my medicals and I had to wait about 6 months.
Oh.
I was surprised, if you knew it was going to take, so why did you tell me? It was 5 to 6 months before you came through. I remember, I applied in about April, submitted in April, and it didn't come till September.
Oh wow! I think it's a bit different in Ghana because in Ghana you only get to do your medicals. I mean, after you do your medicals, then you know that you're going to get a visa.
It's the same thing in Nigeria,
So you did your medicals like a week after uploading your document.
Yeah, I was told.
Oh wow!
I was sent a message and guys, you have to go do your medicals. I thought it was good. Everybody was like, "Oh God, you're gonna get it. Oh God, you're gonna get it." It was so fast. First, second, just took my mind off it, man. Just go do whatever they had to do. But then some persons vary. So I think it varies.
Yeah, I think it varies.
Because RCC in their wisdom have where they send your applications to. Some to Kenya, some to South Africa. So it depends on your processing unit. And the rate at which your countrymen and women are applying.
Right.
There are a whole lot of person applying to come to Canada from Nigeria. A whole lot, double the size of Ghana. But
your population. You have a very big population.
Thank you very much.
You love Ghana, Olubunmi. You love Ghana. When are you going to Ghana?
I think
you should go to Ghana.
No. Talk to me. I'm done with answering my part of the question.
What is your issue with
Trust
Ghana?
me, every Ghanaian watching this podcast will like me.
Because you're picking on us.
Guys, Bumi said you will like him. Please
course,
do like him, okay?
Every
Bumi
Ghanaian
loves
watching
Ghana
this.
so much.
Of course, I love Ghana. Of course, Ghana is just the size of maybe Osun State or Ekiti State.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there he goes again.
Oh, sorry. I'll just,
Anyway,
I think
you're always on.
No, I'm not
Ghanaian
going to say anything.
we love you. We love you.
I love
So,
Ghana, so of course I love
we
you
love
guys
you,
too.
we
But
love
then,
you. I mean, we love Nigerians.
I'm Nigerian.
Don't we love Nigerians? We do, guys. We do.
You don't even have to. It's by force. You have to love Nigeria. If you don't love Nigeria, what other countries do you want to love? You love our men. You love our
We
music.
love what?
You love our music. You love our men.
Your music.
You love everything
Your
about.
music is good, but
5 out of the 7 unicorns in Africa is from Nigeria. 5. That's not the topic for today, but we can talk about it. Let's not go there. 5.
Bumi. Anyways. Anna, so how about you? Your document you uploaded.
So I did my medicals before submitting my visa application.
Oh,
wow. How did you do that?
Yes, you can. When I applied, you can do your medicals and submit it
together with your application.
Yes.
Okay, mine was
So
different.
that saves
I
time.
didn't. Yeah.
So when they get to a stage where they need your medicals, you
It's already
have it.
there.
So so I applied for my visa on 30th April, and I got response back on 30th June. So it was
So April, May,
May,
June.
Just 2 months.
yeah.
Oh wow, that was
You
You
quick.
see what I told you
Exactly
about
two
the
That was
fact that
quick.
Yeah.
every other unit monitoring Ghana's application,
It's what?
Ask your second question.
It's what?
Let's not talk about
Please.
because come on.
So
2 months.
please.
Okay.
But I think
So-
it varies.
Exactly.
It varies.
So you
Mine
can't
was
just
like
expect-
3
You can't just
months.
generalize everything.
3 months.
Mine was like, because I applied in May and I finally got my visa in August.
Oh wow.
So June, July, August, like around 30th August, that's when I got my visa finally stamped.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
all right. Yeah. So I think from persons to persons, right? It varies. I have a friend that used a year, and I mean a year in the application
Application.
form
Oh,
before
wow.
he was granted visa. So
Visa.
it really varies.
Yeah, it's
he had
case
to do
by
his
case.
medical test again.
Oh, whoa.
You know, because he expired in the pool. They had to tell him to go do it again. So he did it again, and then they gave him. So if your visa application is taking a whole lot of time, like Africans will say, just pray. I am not.
I mean, prayer
I'm
is
not
the
a fanatic.
key, yeah.
Like pray, it just works. Like, well, it depends on time. The fact that it stays so long does not mean you won't get it,
Yeah.
and the fact that you get it early does not mean you've done anything spectacular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just.
Yeah, I think
That's cute.
visa. I mean, when it comes to visa, it's just about you doing the requirements and you just leave the rest. Because there's nothing
Yeah,
you can
just
do
give it to
actually.
There's
'cause
nothing you can
There's
actually
nothing
do.
you can do. Yeah. So okay. So for you said you had to wait for like 6 months. So how was the wait like? How were you feeling? I mean, you
I had
remember?
a job.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I had a job, and I was.
I mean, we were
modestly
not
again, I was
desperate.
busy. Yeah. I was-
Yeah, we were not desperate.
Of course, I'm coming to Canada to add some color, or how do I put it now, to be a positive addition to the country.
Yeah.
I'm not just coming to be parasitic. So
Yeah.
if I'm coming to Canada, Nigeria is losing something. So
Mm.
I beyond that, I had a job that I was doing, so that took my mind off it. But then it was bothersome that I was told to go do my medicals, and then nothing from them.
Yeah.
But now the Nana said that she even did ours before submitting.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't matter when
It
you do your
doesn't
medicals.
matter,
Really.
yeah.
And I'm just learning that on the podcast, which is a
Okay.
great one. And I believe someone,
Would
and I'm
also-
not preaching, I don't want to sound like a pastor now. Like someone out there is hearing this and probably learns.
I mean, that's the whole essence of this
Absolutely,
podcast for us to
absolutely.
share experiences and people will know that, okay, I mean, this will happen. And so it can be similar for me and we could all learn from each other.
Sure.
Yeah. So I think the next question is, how was the feeling like when you finally got the visa? I mean, the school application was on
Yeah.
for you. You said you
I was
you
indifferent.
knew
Yeah.
you knew you were gonna
I
get
was
it.
gonna
I
get
mean,
it.
yeah. But here's the case with the visa. You applied and now 6 months and you're still waiting. So
Yeah, I remember it was an evening. Yeah, it was an evening. I was with a group of friends. No. Yeah, with a group of friends. My friend from here was the one managing. I didn't even know my
Yeah.
password.
Right.
So
You
it
see,
was
you
the
see what I was saying. He wasn't 100% involved.
I
in his
was.
visa
For the sake of
application
this, I
process.
was.
He wasn't.
And he just called me. I was like, oh,
He
I checked your
wasn't.
portal and I think, yeah, you have this. I was like, whoa, that's great. That's really great. By the way, money makes me more happy. I was going to spend more money. I was happy, but no, I was happy. I was really happy.
yeah,
And
you're
you know,
gonna part ways
and
with
I
it.
think my mom was happier because she was praying that, because my problem was that, you know, we did the medicals and everything and nothing when I did anything, or the fear was that probably you've done something wrong in
Yeah.
the whole application process. So she was happy because absolutely there was nothing wrong as well. So she was quite a bit more happy than I am. But I was. I'm really grateful to my friend. He stayed the course throughout. He
Yeah.
was positive throughout. So I was happy
Do
for
you want to give any shout out to him or something?
Yeah, his name is Bill.
Yeah.
And then another, it was my coming was a community effort.
Yeah.
There is Biodun, there is Mide is in Quebec.
Okay.
Then there's Dre. So Dre we call him Olu Scotia. It's quite popular in Regina. Olu in Yoruba, in Nigeria means how do I put it again? A rich man. So he was in Scotia Bank, so we call him Olu Scotia. So my coming here is more of a community effort. So
Right.
I was happy for all of them.
Right.
Like
But you were not happy for
No, I
yourself?
was happy for myself, but then I was happy because they worked and they could see the result of what they did, which is a great one actually.
Sure.
I think Nana would be better with explaining how she felt, how happy she was,
Why
how
would
she
I-
disturbed
why-
Accra and all that.
Huh?
If I did not say anything, you can continue talking.
Mummy,
Who is always on my case?
I know.
Always in her case. Anybody that I see in the
Yes.
in Nigeria, if you say always in
Oh
her
my
case,
kiss. It has a
means
different
that
meaning.
you are toasting the person and you are not letting the person rest. So since you guys are speaking a variant of pidgin that nobody knows anything about.
See where he goes again. Another variant of pidgin.
Yes, that nobody knows
I beg,
about.
that's our Ghana pidgin. We like it like that,
Like Ghana
please.
pidgin. Pidgin is a Nigerian language. I just copy it. Just pick.
Anyways. Yeah, how was your feeling like?
I remember vividly that day I was going to Kaswa. I live at Kaswa. Kaswa is in.
Can you pronounce that again?
Kaswa.
It's not Kaswa.
It's not Kaswa. Please.
Kaswa.
Kaswa.
What's the name of Kaswa?
Kaswa is a side. So that's where I live.
Oh, okay.
I was going to the market to buy crochet yarn to make someone's outfit.
And you threw it away.
I didn't throw it away. So I was in the taxi going, and then I got an email. I'm like, oh Lord, because I heard that when you get your response back quickly, it means that you were rejected.
Oh, that's not true.
So I'm like,
It's true.
oh, it's true.
It's true.
It's true.
I don't think so.
And
I think to some extent.
It says
because my first
3
one,
months.
they got back to me in like just a month.
See, and it was
And
a
I
rejection.
was like, oh my God.
Well, some people I've seen people that
And
get
it was a
response,
rejection.
and it was
So
not a rejection.
my
And I think
It's case by case.
Yeah.
very true.
Because my first one, I got a response in just a month, and it was rejection.
see.
Yeah.
So I was scared to open that email. So I had to send it to someone to check for me because I cannot check on my way to Casa before I go and buy a different Canadian. So the person checked for me and I was literally crying because my brother kept on asking me, so is there any update from the IRS? I'm like, no. So I'm going to buy plane ticket now because the closer the date is to your,
it's expensive.
it gets expensive. So the day I got the email, I got home and I called my mom. My mom wasn't home. I called her and she was screaming. It was a very nice moment for me because I was excited. The person confirmed that it was a online passport request.
Oh,
I think it was passport request.
Congratulations.
Because I heard when you see a correspondent, then it means that you didn't get it. So when you get a passport request,
First it means
that you have.
so you're all calm.
I'm like, oh Lord, I was crying, to be very honest. Then I bought a yarn quickly because I didn't really care about. Were you
crying inside the Ghana cab? Or
No, I had gotten down.
Check,
From the
crying
car.
on the road.
I was crying. I
Like-
was crying, to be honest. I was crying.
Oh. What the person selling the yarn was saying?
So asking me like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I'm fine. I want to sit
You don't
somewhere.
need to know.
I went to sit somewhere and I keep calling people, my loved ones. I called my mom, called my people, and everybody was so happy. Everybody was like, okay, get home and check yourself.
Yeah.
And I got home, I checked, there was passport request, and I was like, oh God, thank you. That's why I said like, thank you. Because, hey, I had quit my job. I was just doing my own thing because I knew that I was
You
going.
wanted to go and-
So
yeah.
when I quit my job, because my boss was not allowing me to go and do my biometric and stuff. So I was like, okay,
you
fine.
had to quit.
I can't, because of this job, I have something like a bigger future in my head.
Yeah.
So I have to choose between what's good for me and,
Yeah.
I just quit.
But for ease of reference, right? You guys just have one biometrics place in the country.
No.
Why would you think that?
No, like you said, I just had to ask, so I'll clear that.
But was it a question you were
Yes,
asking?
I'm asking you.
So the one I went to was at Jowulu.
Yeah, that's the same
same
place
place
I
you
also
went?
went to.
Was at Jowulu. I think Abilimpi, thereabouts. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. She knows.
So
the
you're just
place.
trying to say we just have one place in Ghana?
I thought, no, she said she had to, her boss wasn't allowing her, so I thought she had to travel all around to go do it.
No, it's the same Accra. It's the same
and it's not
Accra.
allowing you.
Yes,
You want to
because
cut him out on this?
oh no,
podcast?
I don't want to. But he
To call
wasn't
who out?
my boss, my former boss. No, I
Oh.
wouldn't call him out. But
No, I'm just joking.
he didn't want me to leave the office to go do that.
Yeah.
So I quit
Yeah.
and I went to do that day. I remember it was raining. I'm like, oh God, don't let this paper get wet, because I had printed the biometric appointment sheet and it was getting wet. I had to hide somewhere. This whole visa thing. Another story. It was stressful for me, to be very honest.
For me, it was just the money that was taken from my account. Like, Mom, why do I have to pay for everything?
Yes, everything was expensive. From the medicals was expensive. Plane ticket. And I don't plane ticket. You're just bringing me here. I mean, why should it be so expensive?
And I think that if you don't book your ticket early, and it's getting closer to the reopening date.
Definitely paying extra.
It's
paying like
more.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for me, I think I was equally excited too, but I think my employer, I might say, was very good to me. I mean, I informed them about my decision.
Oh, my employer was good too.
Yeah, your employer
was
too.
me all through.
Yeah.
Like, really supportive.
Yeah, so, I mean, with my biometrics, everything, they were aware and they gave me the permission. So, I think sometimes too, if your employer is not too cool with you, you don't want to spill this information out to them.
Exactly.
Yeah, but if your employer is cool with you, you're able to tell them. And even when I was parting ways with them, I mean, it was a tough one for me because working there was equally, like, I was okay, and I mean, they were good to me. It was very difficult for me to leave, but then, of course, we need to further education for the betterment of our life in the future. So I must say, I really love my employer, and they love me too, and we're still in touch though. That's so good. Yeah. So I mean, it was a nice excitement. I think a friend of mine took a video of me when I was actually checking, and
you did unboxing.
Unboxing of my visa. Yeah, and it was just so funny. But I mean, yeah, we thank God, and it has been so good. So, okay, Bumi. So, what advice would you give to any prospective international students who are planning to study in Canada?
So there's this thing going on in Nigeria currently that when Nigerians just travel out of the country, the next thing they do is pick up cameras and start saying, I'll advise you to do this, I'll advise you to do that. And that is not what I'm doing. In fact, I don't even, but then the truth is, right, aside the fact that you trust the process, I think if you want to come, since the Canadian visa processing or visa process is different from every other country, you don't have to go there, you're not going there physically. Like everything we've said so far about bringing your documents are not too much enough, and if your visa, if they're not replying you soon enough, it might just be a good thing, like Eva just said. But overall, right, whatever, every good thing will come. Like Eva just said, she was rejected 2-3 times, was it?
2 times.
2 times,
I got my visa
then
on the third.
She got it on the third. So perseverance and tenacity, and if you want to travel or if you want to come to Canada, you should start the process now, because immigration policies are changing every day and you don't want to wait one more day. But overall, it's a good experience that you should come experience yourself, so that you can come on this podcast to give your own story, like I'm doing right now. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Bumi. How about you, Hannah?
What I would say is, if you want to study in Canada, you should start early.
Yeah.
Time is key. Start early. We are in August. Mm-hmm. I think fall applications start in September or November, October. Mm-hmm. So start early. Talk to lecturers early. Tell them what you're planning to do, so that when the time gets closer, they can help you. Mm-hmm. Gather your documents. If you don't have your certificate from school, go chase it. Get your transcripts for the school application. Get everything ready. Start early. Gather your documents early. Apply early. And I would advise you to apply to more than 2 schools, to be very honest. So you should save, because Canadian schools requires application fees. Yeah. I think there's 100. UK schools do not take application fees.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
No, they don't.
I don't know that.
So Canadian schools, if you want to come to Canada, they require you to pay application fee.
Yeah.
I paid the minimum I paid was $100 for each school. Mm-hmm. Calgary took $125 for University of Calgary.
So you pay like $500 to $400.
Exactly, and I paid US to, some of them waived, the others didn't waive. I paid like $50 or $30 USD for the US schools, the 4 schools I applied there. So you need to you need to mean it. You need to want to study outside and put in the work.
Yeah.
Most people
You
do
need
not
to put in the work.
Most people do not put in the work.
Yeah.
They want you to do everything for them.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard you are in Canada. Can you help me? And you have Google. You have the schools' names. You can search for the schools. To be very honest, if you want to, you should mean it enough to put in the work.
Yeah.
Look for schools. If you don't have enough money, look for low tuition schools in Canada. You get a list of them. You need to choose the program you want to do. Email the coordinators. What do I need to do? Do I need this? They are willing to respond to you. Put in the work. And also ask for help from people who you think are learned in that skill with regards to the visa application. You need to ask for the documents. The document that Bumi submitted is different from what I submitted.
Absolutely.
So you can always watch YouTube videos. I was literally on YouTube every single day. I watched everybody's video, because everybody's experience is different.
It's different.
So you can't just watch one video and call somebody, oh, I heard you were in Canada, so please help me. I want to go to Canada. You can't just pick your bag and go to Canada. You have to put in the work. That's what I have to
You're
say.
sounding like a university
Put
lecturer.
in the work.
Why are you scaring them?
It's not scary. It's just people don't want to put in the work. Do you understand? You should mean it and put in the work.
It involves a lot of work.
It does.
It
If you're not
involves a
committed
lot
to
of work.
travel, you just give up on the way.
Yeah.
You would
Actually,
you get a
nearly gave
rejection
up.
and
Yeah.
you give
No,
up.
I've given up all the time. So
Exactly.
definitely,
You
I
get,
nearly
you get
gave
a
up.
rejection and you give up.
Yeah.
So you have
Because
to be
it's
resilient.
a lot of time and a lot of money.
Money,
as well.
a lot of
Because
money,
imagine
a lot
me,
of
my first
time.
visa application, I paid for that amount, like that visa.
Yeah.
I was rejected. That money is gone. Another one, I was rejected.
See?
Another money is gone.
You really
And
wanted to come. You
yes.
would have stopped
I
trying.
would have stopped trying.
Because
But then you want to learn because you want to better yourself. So then you
Exactly.
keep trying because after your masters, or even after your undergrad, you become a better person for yourself.
exactly.
So actually, what Hannah is saying and what Bumi is saying is very true. It's a lot of work, and you need to make time for yourself because it's easy for. I always say, if you only put yourself into something when you know that you're gonna get something. So even if you talk to your friend, can you help me? Your friend will not help you as much as
You
that.
would help yourself.
Exactly. So you can do better for yourself. And one thing I've also learned, with all this process, I believe that you should be able to read for yourself because your application was different from mine. Mine too was different from Bumi. So imagine if Bumi is even my friend and I tell him to help me, he will just go by his route.
Exactly.
Maybe that was not how it's supposed to be done. So yeah. Thank you very much for sticking with us. On today's episode, we spoke about our school application as well as our visa application. I hope you enjoyed yourself and you have learned something from all of our experiences. Please don't just watch this podcast, but please remember to tell a friend so that we can all grow and learn together. Also, you could please follow the link in the description below to listen to this podcast on other platforms. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.